Hi, it's Melissa at Messy Missy Creates. Gonna get started journaling some pages in my August journal. I'm several days behind, or it's several days into the month, and I'm just getting started. I mean, I've got my stuff gathered, I've got some backgrounds made, things like that. Let's see. My printer wasn't working. I had mentioned I had moved it back into this back craft room, and it's not working. So this is on another note. I had to move it. I finally had to move it because I'm like, I have got to print some pictures and clip art and things like that. So anyway, this is a binder that I had made a while back and I forgot about it. I collaged it with, it was just one of those old binders that you find. And I collaged it with a bunch of sewing patterns and an applique, things like that. But made a pocket. This was like when I was first learning to make journals and junk journals, things like that. So how many times did I say things like that? Okay, this is the printables that I'm going to be using for, I printed them up a while back. I drew these back last month for my August. Here's my days of the week. I have them listed in my Etsy shop. My Etsy shop is Messy Missy Creates. I think it's all one word. And at Etsy.com or whatever. But anyway, come on, find what you're looking for. Here we go. I had stuck them in this. Well, I just needed that one page. I was going to keep all of the printables that I had made in one binder. I do have this little journal spot here, a flower, a sun, and a smaller flower. It's days 1 through 31. They're large. They're about 3 inches. If you know how to scale down on a printing app, I use that print to size. You can make them smaller if you wanted, but I wanted some big ones. And so this is what I made for myself, and I put it in my Etsy shop just in case you wanted it. They are listed separately because I had already listed the numbers and some of you had already bought them. So I went ahead and listed the days of the week separately. So there is four weeks worth of numbers, which I think we have more than 4 weeks worth of numbers. So you'll have to print that twice or use something else on 2 of the days or 3 of the days, whatever it is. But anyway, that's a point for another day. So but I wanted some orange and greens and turquoise, and it's not the same exact colors of my journal. I'm not worried about that. I just wanted some bright colors. So I'm just going to start. This might almost be like a prepping my pages kind of video. What I typically try to do is cut out like 1 week a strip like that, or I cut them down and then put them in the front of my journal. So I may go ahead and cut off. Well, they're almost lined up perfectly. So anyway, I'm gonna take the rest of these and put them in my front of my journal, and then I will probably forget where I put them again. Let's see if they'll fit. My pocket might not be quite wide enough. Well, you get the idea. There we go. I used too wide. I think I moved that pocket when I was telling you I don't want to move the pocket when I was making the journal, if you remember that. So, how have you been? It's been a few days since I've done a video. I've been back in my garden a little bit. I'm trying to build up my heat tolerance. Usually July and August is not my time to be in the garden, but I'm trying to get a head start on my fall garden. And also I'm supposed to be fishing next weekend, not this coming weekend, but next weekend. And trying to not be an air-conditioned potato. you know, so that I can tolerate being out in the heat long enough to fish. So been going out in the mornings and just doing some weeding, and I've got some a few seeds started already for the fall. Fall, we can grow in Florida here, we can grow lots of things in the fall. So I just wanted to get a jump start on like the broccoli and collards and things like that. So that's what I'm doing, or that's what I've been doing. And just gonna get a couple of these numbers and days cut out so that I can get, I had written the numbers on some of my pages, but then I erased some of them when I ink them. So wanted to get my numbers on here. And anyway, this is just kind of the usual, you know, the usual thing. If you've seen it once, you've seen it 100 times, right? But, you know, every month there's a little variation to something that I do, or that you do, we do, whatever. But had a really hard time getting started in my journal this month. I had it made in time. I had, you know, my numbers have been printed. I mean, I drew those like in June or July. But I just, I don't know. I just didn't feel like coming in here making a video. And, oh, I still have some catching up to do the last few days of July. And, oh, but my printer not working. Yeah, that was a big hindrance. And that held me up for a couple of days. Finally, I got my husband to move the printer for me yesterday. So anyway, I apparently cannot have it in here in my craft room with me. It just is not happy, and I wasted a lot of paper and ink with it trying to print, and then it would cancel in the middle of the printing. So it's one thing to cancel before it starts, but when it prints half a page, it wastes paper and ink. So that was frustrating me. Let's see. So we have Tuesday the 1st. That makes Wednesday the 2nd. And Thursday the 3rd. So let's start with that. You've already seen this. This was my Inspired to Create page. So, yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, and let's do this on Thursday. And I might go ahead and do out the week, but let's go ahead and get started gluing some things in, because I have little piles. I was putting them in the where they go. Now I printed off one of my minis, but I have not made my calendar yet, and the reason being is because I did not allow for enough pages in my journal this month. So I'm gonna have to get creative with that, and I don't exactly know how I'm gonna do that yet. That will probably be I'll probably do that in the next video or two. And so yes, therefore I will be starting behind on that again. I still want to do it though, I think. I just need to keep up with all my minis. So I did better at printing them. I do have this little file for my minis, although I don't want it mixed up in all of that, because I know that I already need this one. So I think I'm going to start another envelope and hopefully fit it right in here. And it's not going to fit. I can already tell that. Nope. Made my pocket too small this month. Oh, come on, please. Pretty please. No, it's not liking it. And see, it fit last month, so that's all right. I'll just put it in the front, but that way I won't have to go hunt those again. Yeah, you can definitely tell I glued my pocket in too far. Usually I do it right on the edge. And oh, I never went back and put the washi tape on here. Okay, that's a bunch of squirrels. Let's focus for a second. So, let's get some glue. And I think I want this to look like that. I mean, not that that's changed from anything else I've done. But my number, I just have to keep in mind my number is bigger this month. Or my numbers are bigger this month. Last month they were a little smaller. So, but I like them big. This was a day I worked the clinic. I'm starting, I've been training for my new position at the clinic. It's more of almost like a case management position, basically. And thought I just heard my phone cut off. And I'm really liking it a lot. So, let's see, that's not what I'm looking for. What am I looking for? I'm over here plundering to the side, looking in my little pockets, looking for my volunteer thing. Right here. How about a nice big one? That felt like 2. But anyway, so I did that, and I worked most of the day. Well, not all day, but the power was out for the better part of the day. So we thought it was going to be back on, and then it wasn't. And then they said it's been delayed, and so, where do I want that? I'll just put it right here in the middle. And I'm sure that if I looked, and I'm not going to on this one, but I'm sure if I looked long enough, I'd find a light bulb or something. So I'll probably go back and put that here when I find it. I don't think it was because it was storming. I don't remember what happened that made it go out, but it just went out. My glue is gooey again. It's ooey gooey. Yeah. Do I have another one? All of these are like, I need to dig them out. I guess I could do that. There's no better time than the present. But I can, nope, that one's gooey. They keep falling back here. I think this is the one I was using of the Jot, and I was liking it. So I think I'm going to use it unless it's a real big piece. I made my journal. Let's see if I can find a phone. Here's a phone. Phone a friend. Oh, look, here's an orange phone. Perfect. That feels like a magazine. That little phone image, I believe, is from Brooke at Recreations by Brooke. But I'm going to use this orange one because it matches my page. I did not get to go see, what have we been calling her, Miss Sue? I did not get to go see her, but I talked to her on the phone for a little while. And I'm just going to put that right there. And then I wish I had made this a little bit bigger because it's kind of by itself. That night I helped my friend with her class again. I spoke at her class, and so I'll probably write about that. Maybe not. I don't know. I might do some sort of little hidden journaling on that. I'm not sure. Or, like a little flap or something like that, just so I can write more. And I think that's pretty much it for that day. It was not it was a busy day. Like I said, I wish I had made that bigger because it really doesn't represent the amount of time. So, onward and forward. I think I I have more stuff to put on here. Oh, this was a funny day. Okay, you ready for a funny story? My friend and I that go visit, people at the nursing home, we got a new lady that we're visiting at the rehab again, the facility. And when we first got there, they told us, she wasn't in her room. They told us that she was at physical therapy. So, I'm looking. Hold on. I'm reading my notes, and I have pictures. Oh yes, here we go. These are ones I have not one of the ones I had cut out yet. So awkward pause. Okay, I was just looking. So we got there, and they told us that she was in physical therapy. So there is a Denny's right next door to the facility, and my friend said, well, let's just stroll over. We're both in our wheelchairs. Let's stroll over and get some coffee and some, breakfast or whatever. Kind of a brunch. And so, I don't know if you can see this, but this is a picture of the two of us in our chairs. And it was we wheeled for a long time. Because, you can't just like walk over the grass, right? Like if you were walking. So, while I'm telling you this, I'm going to look for my other little lighthouse thing. Or I could stamp it. Let me reach over you so I don't have to reach across you so much. Okay. Let me see if I can get this to stamp. Anyway, so we wheeled over, which I was exhausted by the time we did that. And I'm just making sure that stamp's okay. All right. And when we got back, the nurse or CNA, one of the ladies that works there on the floor where we were, they've gotten to know us, thank goodness. And she showed us this picture on her phone, and she said, yeah, y'all got reported as escapees. Somebody had taken a picture and sent it to them, or showed it to one of the staff, and said that 2 of the residents were escaping. And so, which we've joked about that happening, but it hadn't actually happened until today. So anyway, so we, yeah, so that was funny. It was like, I'm glad that they, recognized us, or that at least that one staff member recognized us. And they're like, oh no, those are the 2 ladies that come and visit our people. So, we did not, my friend was like, oh man, I wish the cops had been called. They didn't call the cops on us. She was disappointed. I'm sure she was kidding. But anyhow, it was quite funny. So we did that. We ate at Denny's. We mainly just had coffee, and I'm going to cut this little coffee cup out. This is the little Denny's little kids. None of the restaurants have those little paper things that come on your tray, or the little paper placemats or anything anymore. So I miss those because they were great journal fodder. But I was thinking I'd cut out this little pancake guy. Sure. I don't need those little crowns, do I? Yeah, I just wanted this little pancake guy right here. Well, you know what? We're going to take his sausage friend too. Just so that we don't have to cut his arm off. And just to show that we went to Denny's. But this is one of they have like little kids coloring book or whatever, and I had asked for one time. So, I've gotten a lot of mileage out of this one paper coloring book. My friend says, you're so needy. Why do you need a coloring book? So I said, you know why I need it. I need it for my journal. You know that. So, then after that, I posted this. If you're on my oh no, I posted on my personal Instagram, not Messy. I do the Where I Stand Wednesday. And this was what I had posted. It's this picture and this picture. This was the 2-year anniversary of when I got sick and then paralyzed. So this was the actual day 2 years ago. And I think I am going to do some sort of flip or something on this one. I'm going to look and see what else I have to put on here first. But I drove myself and I had my chair and I took myself to the grocery store by myself for the very first time. I've gone and I went with my friend, but I have not been all by myself. And that is tricky because you can only carry what fits in your lap. And yeah, so it's kind of tricky. But what else do I have to go on this day? Anything? I did sit in here and cut out, oh yeah, I did sit in here and cut out a bunch of all those printable, or the things that I've printed or printables and clip art and stuff like that. I did sit in here one day and cut out a bunch of that. The ones that I had already cut it. Oh my goodness. Words are a little difficult today, apparently. I cut out the ones that I had already cut out, several of them, and they get all, you know, floppy and whatever. I tried to clean that up a little bit and put them in my little storage pockets over there. So let's see, how do I want to do this? Because this is a photo heavy day, and then that evening I watered the garden. So this is I watered the garden. Yep, there we go. So, but it was a good day. It was a very good day. It was, you know, it's always, any anniversary that's not a, you know, pleasant anniversary is always a little emotionally charged, right? And so that one was too. But I've come a long way, and I'm trying to look to see what I'm gonna use. I have these that are left over from my, you know, when I made my journal. Kind of hate to use those though, because I'm going to cover so much of the paper. But it might actually work. I could use that and put that picture there and that picture there. This can just go down here. I can put that on there. Or, you know, when I do my backgrounds, I do some of these little index cards. Or I could look through my hundreds and hundreds of these journal cards that I have that I need to use. That feels like 2. Aha, because it is. Moments worth remembering. Okay, I like that one. Let's not overthink this. I do like that one too. Of course, I'm going to overthink it. No, I'm not. Because that one actually is easier to write on. That one has donuts. On this wonderful day. Well, it was wonderful, I guess. Not 2 years ago, it wasn't wonderful. Yeah, I think I'm going to use this one for this day. I already glued all that stuff down too, darn it. I'm going to backtrack and use that one. That hello, my name is. Because that classroom. Live in the moment. You know, it doesn't matter what it says on the front because it's going to get covered up, right? Those do not show up very well on that. Okay, I could put it here. And I could put all of this on here. Because we definitely are living in the moment. Do I need that? Well, I'd have to cut it down a little bit. No, I don't. I could, let's see, this one's upside down. If I tip it in here, then I could write on it. So that would work better there. And that would give me room to write that stuff about the escapees. And then this one I could just put, I don't have to have, yeah, I can write that right here. Unless I find a small one. Am I reaching across you? I think I'm reaching around. My better half. These are all like love, best friends. Oh, that would be cute for that one. Today was memorable. Okay, that might actually be perfect for this scenario over here. You know, I could just do this because I don't want to cover up the front of it. I don't know. Let me think. I'm not going to dig anything else out. I do know that. Bright idea. But I am trying to use some of these, and maybe I will actually go through and make a little bit of a capsule this month. I mean, we're already well into the month, but just go through and pick out some things that I'm going to try to use, or at least that apply for the month, and then that way I don't have to sort through all of them every time. I like this washi tape, so that might be an easy decision. So I'm going to take this off of here. I wish this fit better. No, I like this. Moments Worth Remembering. I like that. And I'm going to just tip it in just like this. I like all the colors in this washi. Don't overthink it, because that's what I do best. Does anybody else do that? You overthink it like it's just, you know, the last decision you're going to ever have to make for the rest of your life. Or the most important decision that you'll ever have to make. And it's not. It's just, it's a journal. I have plenty of room. So let me line this up on here because, well, y'all, is there like a school for how to use washi? Because I stink at it. I always do it crooked but I have plenty of room is what I'm saying to hang it off my page, right? Because I have, what, a ½ inch or more before the edge of my journal. Okay, so I don't have to make this one as big. Bada bing, bada boom. Looky there. We have a tip in. If I can do it a little bit straight, that would be awesome. Well, or I could do it not straight and wrinkly, which is fine too. Okay, so I have my Denny's. I have my picture right here. I like these cards that just have a print on one side and then something to write on the other. Because then I don't feel like I'm wasting the card. So this goes up here. So I'm going to glue that on. So have you all gotten started well on your way in your journal for August? Did you make your own journal? Or are you using one that you bought? Has anybody made theirs like this? Like with an old cardboard box, cracker box or whatever? I was just curious to know. I mean, I know other people make them this way. I'm just curious to know if any of you do. If maybe you've been inspired to do that, I guess is what I'm trying to ask. We always hope to inspire people to to use things that you might not have thought about using. Okay, so I might have to go around and outline them. They don't show up that well on there, but it is okay. So I can write, and that'll be easy enough to write. Just about how we, got called in for escaping. And then I think I can just use this, and I'll save this one. Although it definitely did fit quite well. I don't think I need it. Almost tempted to pull this up. I may use this on this day. Or, oh, that's right. I was going to use this one. I remember now. Well, now that I pulled that up, I have to go back and re-glue it. I'm just going to set both of those in there. And I will go back and do that. But, yeah, it's not hard. My friend has a wheelchair van with a lift. So you just ride up the lift in her van. I don't have that. I have an older SUV. So my chair fits in the back. But, and that's why I couldn't do it for a long time. I, couldn't take myself anywhere. But now that I can walk short distances with the cane, the quad cane, I can get to the back of my car so that I can unload, if I need my walker or if I need the wheelchair, depending on where I'm going. And so that picture actually was supposed to be this way. It was just all the groceries. The only thing is I sit a basket in my lap, and you can only get what fits in that basket. So you can't do very big grocery trips this way, but at least it gave me the freedom to go and do my own shopping, which was nice. I mean, I've been with other people, and my husband will take me every once in a while, but most of the time he just goes and picks up what we need, which is great sometimes, but sometimes you just want to pick your own stuff out. So I got to do that this day. Let me see. I don't know if I want that one. I'm just going to make some lines. I don't want a real pink. I'm looking for kind of an orangey pink, actually. That's not it. That's a very purple pink. How about an orange? Well, that's very orange. I'm going to try this one. Just kind of subtle. Because I don't have to have my lines stand out. But I just want to note that this was 2 years. And then I took myself grocery shopping. Do I want to line these? Maybe. Maybe. So this was a very productive day for me, and funny. I mean, that was it. We got a good laugh out of the thing that happened at the nursing home. And we met our lady, and she was super nice. She was in the little day room when we got back, and we met another lady that we talked to. And so yeah, that was really nice. I think while I have that marker out, I'm going to make some lines over here too. Even though I have that card to write on, I'm just going to go ahead and make some lines. Kind of gives it a little bit of decoration too, And you can go through and add some little polka dots or, whatever you want. And sometimes when I'm writing, I'll go back and add little things to it. So, let's see. Where am I at in the video? Alright, so I'm just mainly trying to get things glued in, and that's sort of where I am. So, on this day, I had, I cleaned the kitchen, and I talked to Miss Sue again. I had a doctor's appointment, and I did a glue book video. So, where would that picture be? Right here. Oh, I forgot to put this picture on that first page. I knew I had something else to go on there. Let's see if I can tell where one picture starts and one picture stops here. I printed those too close together. Sometimes I just take the picture of, you know, like what I put in my journal. Nope, that didn't go on that day. That goes on this day. Okay, good. It gives me something else to put up here. And some conglomeration of this. I may come back to that in just a minute. Let me see how far I get. And I need to put my little inspired to create on here. If you haven't watched that video, it's very long. But I had a lot of fun making this page. It's well over an hour, but it was fun. And you know, purple is just my absolute not favorite color, but I enjoyed using it. You know, I enjoyed working with it. So that was fun. I don't have too much to put on here. Again, I'm kind of wishing I had printed. No, I don't. I was gonna say wish I had printed it bigger, but I don't really. I don't need it any bigger. I can see it. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. It definitely is big enough for in the journal. So, let me roll that up a little bit. I am very glad that I'm able to use these Dollar Tree glue sticks. I'm glad that I gave it another chance, because they certainly are cheaper, because you get a whole pack of like 10 of them or whatever for $1 or what, $1.25 now. Back when I got those, they were still $1. But I don't know how they hold up in the long term, but certainly good enough for journal. I might need, what video? Clean the kitchen. I thought I already had that out. Maybe not. I kind of got lost when it was printing half sheets. Let's see what I have in here. This is my little activities. Maybe I'll use that one. That's more of a video. Oh yeah, I've been riding my bike. I worked in my journal. Housework. There's another telephone. Oh, y'all, my husband has been watching Little House on the Prairie with me. I think that's so cute. The Christmas movie marathon is over. That I still need to put some of those back in the July journal. I was hoping I had one that was like cleaning the kitchen. I know I had one. Well, don't know where it is right now. So I may have to skip this page. Let's see. I'm not doing so well at this, am I? I think I can put this one on here. It was not a video call, but it's good enough. Good enough, and it matches. Oh, I know where it is. Duh. It's not in activities. It's under chores. Well, I knew that. I knew that. Let's see. These are Lydia at February and June, her printables. Oh, I got a little gnat in here. Got him. Oh, I could have used that one for my grocery shopping. Okay, so I did some housework. What did I do? I really was cleaning the kitchen, but I'm going to save these out because I know I'll use that. And I know I'll use one of these. We got laundry in as we speak. I thought I had one that was more specific, like the kitchen. But it does not matter. It's not worth sitting here looking at or looking for an hour. Yeah, like a little sink. Here we go. Because otherwise it makes me sound like I like cleaned the whole house. And I did not. I did not do that. Was it meal prep? Did I do that? I'll save that for the next day. All right. Got that. Let's see what we want to use here. That fits. We might save cleaning day for another day. And I think I'm going to cut this down a little bit. I've been really good about riding my bike. I have it, not every day, but I've been doing it more. And doing some other exercises that I've, had from PT. Because I'm still not going to physical therapy. I actually go back and see the neurologist tomorrow. So let's put that one up here because I usually do that first. And then, what else did I have? That was pretty much it. Talk to her. I did my glue book video. I can take housework off of there. This was just kind of a run-of-the-mill day, the usual. Do that, and I had an appointment. And we'll do that. Like that, and then I had an appointment. There we go. That'll work. So let me glue this. I never imagined that I would make videos about what I do in my day. That thought never occurred to me. I never sat down and said, oh, let me do videos about my day, because my days are just not all that interesting, as you can see. Well, I mean, occasionally there are, because, that one it was interesting. It was fairly interesting. It was funny. Yeah, I think I'm just going to put this down here. I like to offset them. Come here. And I don't have that much to write about that. I mean, what can you say about I rode my bike, I washed the dishes, big deal, right? So I have this, and let me see if I have something that represents, oh, look what I had. See, I cut them up in my little file. I had a big old pancake breakfast that I could have used, but that's okay. I had a lot on that day. Oh, I'll use this for another day because we went back. Let me find what I'm looking for. Well, I don't know where it went. Here we go. Let's see. I need to see what I have in this one because I need to refill it. Because I think a lot of what's in here is, that was already supposed to be in a past journal. See, this is all physical therapy stuff. I'm not even in physical therapy right now. I can use, yeah, see, I need to probably pull all that out. I thought maybe I would go back. I mean, I might not should pull that out just yet. I'll have to print something. I can put this. That's good enough. Still like that little sloth. So I won't get rid of them just yet because it could be that she wants me to go back to physical therapy when I see her tomorrow. So I will wait. And then if not, I'm going to pull them out. I don't know what that was in there for, but it was in there. So, here we go. Let me glue that on, and then I think I'm going to do something different for here. You know, one of these days I'm going to learn to ink the solid side so that I can do that, and that's all right. One of these days, I think I'm going to do that so I can write. Yeah, and just because I can, right? I have the space and I have the tape, so I might as well use them. But this was just my little phone conversation with her, and that right there, I can write about that. So, what tape do we use for this one? Well, let's see. I have not, this is still my little journal, my washi tape selection from July. So I have not changed that out or anything like that. I have clocks. That has a clock. I could use clocks. Sure, why not? I mean, you know, that's what we're basing this on, right? Sure, why not? It's good enough for me. I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna look back and go, why did I put clocks there? And I think I'm just gonna use clear tape on this side. Because why use the washi if you're not going to see it? There. There we go. And then I can come back and write about that if I choose to. Where are we at on time here? We are getting real close. I'm going to go ahead and cut out... and go ahead and prep the next two, well, the next couple pages maybe. Let's see, I've already done the backgrounds. That one doesn't have much of a background, but I'm going to go ahead and just put the numbers on. I have a couple minutes before my yeah, I have a couple minutes. Friday, Saturday. So I think I can get those on here, and then I don't have to do it the next time. And then what I have for those days can just go right on in there. How do you do that? How do you keep up with, do you prep your pages all at one time? Like, do you sit down and do all your backgrounds? Or maybe you use pattern paper and you don't have to do backgrounds. Do you do all your numbers and days all in one sitting? Or do you... I don't need this one. I don't know why I felt the need to trim it up, but I did. So, I did. Do you do that? Do you do it all at one time, or do you do it as you go? I've tried both ways. No, I've never done the whole month. I had tried, I think a couple months ago, I kind of toyed with doing like a week at a time, kind of like I'm doing now. Well, I'm not doing a full week of them, but like doing the week ahead. And I might try that for like next week. Because it's a full week, whereas this was just a partial week, right? And, so there. Got a couple down, and then, so I might try that next week. Looking for my glue stick. Here we go. Ooh, see, I love those colors together. Look at there. That worked out. And then that way, when I sit down to journal, I just, you know, I can be putting the stuff in the, which I do that anyway, but then I got to pull it out. You know what? This was supposed to go on this day as well. So, yeah, I forgot a bunch of stuff from that day. What was I doing? I was gluing down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look what I did. Look what I did. See? Come back off of there. You don't go there. I'm glad I turned back, because I almost put that on the wrong day. This goes on this day. I had put it on the 5th. But anyway, so I think I might try that. I might try doing like just a week at a time and see how I like that. See if I can erase that. Okay, good, it did. But yeah, I had apparently turned a couple of pages. Okay, now what did I do with my 5? I bet you they're right here. Yeah, I apparently had 2 pages that stuck together. Okay, so I do know that I like this green and blue and orange, which is why I did my numbers that way. For my background. So I really like them with these numbers. The numbers and days. That really looks good together. That looks good together. I like it. That's a very faint background. I could go back and add more to it. It just depends on what I have on there. I have a good bit of gardening stuff to put on here for this day. And a pool, and yeah. So I did a bunch of gardening that day, and I got in the pool. And anyway, I'll do that in the next video. So for now, I'm going to leave at that and figure out what to do with this page, because I like that, but I forgot to add, yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and add some stuff. So anyway, I have to really think about that, and I don't want to take up any more of your time doing that, so I think I've already consumed almost an hour of your time. So anyway, wow, that went by fast. So I will see you on the next page, literally on the next page. And then we're going to have, after that, next week is prompt week. Well, okay, by the time you see this, it'll be this week is prompt week. So anyway, so yeah, that's probably the week I will go ahead and do ahead of time and see how I like that way. And I have repeated myself at least 3 times now. So I'm going to let you go, and I will see you in the next video. Y'all have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.